Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another match from the mini LCS here on Tales of Gaming Addiction, a YouTube channel where we talk about gaming and all that good stuff. Today's match is between the Kosovan Resistance and Shoryuken, sadly not featuring Ryu from Street Fighter. So, on the side of Kosovan Resistance, they have got Thresh, Fizz, Renekton, Severe, and Jarvan, whilst we just move the text box out of the way. And over on Shoryuken's side, we have got Purple Squirtle, Imbalance. So we go through champions rather than players because it's a lot easier. Zyra, Vayne, Braum, Cho'Gath, which is mind-boggling, and Olaf. Not the kind that gives out warm hugs, the one that gives you flaming axes whether you like it or not. So, this is match number, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, 3 or 4, some point in Group A stage of things that have been going on. For some reason there is no sound. Why is there no sound on the video? Oh well. It's a bit bizarre. It's very weird and bizarre. I think I might have had an issue whilst recording this. But at any rate, nothing really much is going to happen here. Young Zapdos on that Renekton is going to get caught out a little bit early. He's trying to get information on where Renekton is going to go for his jungle path, but sadly not getting much information beyond that he was thinking about doing red, but instead he's going to swing around and do what used to be the wolves, but has now become the Gronkles or something like that. Or is it still wolves? I can't remember, this new jungle is so confusing. At any rate, he is going to be starting on the blue side of the jungle as opposed to the red side. Takeover Vox is often to start on the red, where he's going to start beating down on the golems, and then he'll move up towards the new red bramble buff. So everything is going to go according to plan. All the champions are in their correct positions on the lower half of your map, and we can see that I actually got it wrong slightly there. Braum and Zyra need to swap. I don't know why I thought Braum was going to be in mid, but hey, there you go. Every time I see Zyra, I automatically assume Zyra's support. Seems a bit odd versus a Fizz, to be honest. But at the same time, it makes sense. A lot of the mid champions against that you normally play in the current meta don't work so well against Fizz. So you take, for example, Orianna, and I think who else now would be in this lineup, and Ari, and Fizz would just playful trickster over the top, whereas having a turret style champion like Zora Heimerdinger would mean that essentially gets nullified because auto attacks will still hit him. Even when he does playful trickster, especially with Zyra and the Spittervines. Still, Fizz is going very aggressive into the mid lane, as you can see in the mini-map, but currently our focus is on this bottom lane, where Deadbean X is caught out. He takes a lot of damage on that Braum. Imbalance goes down to 200 HP, he's forced to back away. Unfortunately, there is not going to be much of a catch here, and Renekton takes out Olaf in the top lane. Let's see, let's get a replay on this to see what happened here. So, Young Babs is actually quite low. Young Zapdos actually continues to chase, goes in with the slice and dice, and a bit of Cole the Meek as well to slam the slow, and that is going to mean the kill. So we'll just jump back to our live feed. There we go. And there you go, Young Babs just sliding back moonwalks on that Olaf. Still, it is rather weird that there's no sound on this. I am really concerned that there is no sound. It's also very eerie doing this and not hearing a thing. At any rate, everything is all calm on the rift as of now. Fizz is very low, so we'll have to keep an eye on this fight here. The Purple Squirtle is also going very low. Jarvan continuing the chase. Will he get it? Yes, he does. Goes in for the flash and the auto attack for the kill, but goes very low himself if he's not careful. Cho'Gath is likely to pick him up, and we could see a bit of aggression into this bot lane if Thresh could land a hook, but it's not going to be the case. Tokyo Fox goes in with a Flag Dragon, actually manages to pick up the kill, so super sweet there. And now we're just waiting for this bot lane to make some action and make some kills happen. So currently it is 3-0 to the Kosovan Resistance. Not doing really much resisting, doing more attacking. I'm starting to doubt the namesake. But anyway, this bot lane is holding strong versus Severe. I'll have to wait and see till around about the level 6-7 mark when her ultimate is up, and then she can do the Call of the Hunt along with champions like Jarvan and Fizz to really start closing down the gap. Speaking of that, actually, might as well go into team fights, thinking about it. So, looking on the side of KR, Kosovan Resistance, they got the combination of Fizz, Renekton, and Severe, Jarvan. So they're ignoring Thresh because Thresh is a kind of pretty much guaranteed pick champion. Since his release, he has a lot of control for teamfights. So there you go, you can see he goes Death Sentence, you follow up, you flay, you box, and you can keep a target hemmed in, or even keep an entire team hemmed in, because nobody wants to hit that wall. That slow is insane. It's a 99% slow. It's actually the greatest slow in the game. Yobabs, though, gets caught out by the flag and drag combo by Tokyo Fox. Fantastic gank from the top lane, gives the kill over to Young Zapdos. So that's 2 kills for the top lane and 2 kills for the jungler now. So all is going very well for the Kosovan Resistance. Their tanks are going to get really tanky really soon. They're going to become quite a problem to deal with, especially versus the likes of a Vayne, because you want tanky versus Vayne early on, when she's not very strong and she can't rip through them like butter. Still, as I was saying earlier with this teamfight lineup, so what you do is, for the engage you rely on Thresh, Jarvan, and not so much for Renekton. Renekton you'd use as a follow-up, so if Jarvan doesn't quite land the Cataclysm, you then have Renekton come through, going Slice Dice, Kill the Meek, and it will stun everyone, at least 2 or 3 people up as he's gone through into the back line, if not the mid line, just to pick it off. Tokyo Fox is hanging off to the side here. He's looking for an advantage, but instead he's going to opt out of it and just go ahead and pick up the Scuttle Crab for a free ward. And so what then you'll do is you follow up with Nobushikai on Severe with Thread of the Hunt, or Call the Hunt, or whatever it is, basically to give everyone a speed buff, and now champions like Fizz to go in, who likes to be super melee heavy, gives Jarvan a chance to catch up, gives Thresh a chance to catch up, even gives Renekton a chance to catch up as well, if he's caught in all this. And Yobabs is going incredibly low. Young Zapdos opts to go right underneath the tower. He is going to go down there. That last tower hit is going to give a shutdown 407 gold straight back to Olaf, so he's going to get a couple of nice items. Meanwhile, though, Tropical Puny on the Cho'Gath has come through. Doesn't quite pick up any kills. In fact, he makes the situation slightly worse for being very low on health. 1 kill over to Severe, 2 for Severe now, and it is going to be 3, not quite. Tokyo Fox could actually continue the charge here. Thresh is available, he manages to get a hook in, it's just going to be an auto attack from Jarvan to mop it up. So, a bit of a failed gank there from the type of Shoryuken, but a very nice counter gank coming out from the Kosovan Resistance. Finally picking up another 3 kills, bringing their kill count up to 8, and Shoryuken down to up to 1. Finally, after getting their first kill. Sadly though, it's on Olaf, who's 1 and 3. It would have been much better off on the Zyra. So now Deepet, Tokyo Fox, Thresh and Severe all coming up to deal with this dragon. So this will be dragon number 1 of the game. It's already pretty low. Fizz is starting to build up in items, but Zyra's very smartly gone around and started to counter. She's got an old magic mantle to Fizz's Fiendish Codex. I've forgotten the name of it then. It's not even that, is it? It's an amplifying tome. That is Fiendish Codex. Hadoi, get your head on straight, boy. Right, so, going over items now as Kosovan Resistance actually make their first major back for a couple of items. Renekton's come straight back in to the fight with Tiamat. We've got Jarvan with the Brutalizer, so 2 heavy attack damage items. Fizz, as I said, has got the Amplifying Tome. Severe's gone straight into the BF Sword, so really looking for an early damage, not really caring much about the lifesteal in comparison to Vayne, who's already picked up her Vampiric Scepter. And Thresh, meanwhile, is just going to continue building up the Targon's Embrace chain and build that all the way up to the face of the mountain and try and beat Braum to that high tank mark. And then in teamfights he's going to be a lot more effective as the fight goes on. A little bit of a scuffle here happening in the bot lane. In fact, this bot lane of Kosovan Resistance is the only lane that's actually, so far, at the very least, been pushed back to the tower at some point. All the other lanes have actually been pushed up quite far, though Zyra now bucks that trend and goes straight from the mid lane. Though we could see a fight here. Young Zapdos is looking for something. It was all in the bush, so he does get spotted, so Cho'Gath is aware that Renekton is roaming around and looking for blood. Tokyo Fox is also coming in from the side, managed to go in with the flag and drag combo into Purple Scuttle. The teleport is coming in from Olaf. This could be the end of Tokyo Fox, but no. Deepet manages to pick up Purple Scuttle. I don't know even how that happened. Oh yes, he must have used Chum the Waters and managed to pick it up. He's forced back with low health. The young Zapdos also comes in from the side with the aid of, not a teleport actually, just by pure momentum. Manages to do a little bit of damage onto Yobabs and actually gets himself a double kill. So he's having a whale of a time now, and we're just waiting to see what else is going on. Nova picks up another double kill in that bot lane, so it's a full ace already. We've only just hit the 9-minute 30 mark, 13 kills to 1, 16.5 to 11,500 gold. So this is a bit of a curb stomper, I must admit. But still, Shoryuken are down, but they're not out yet. You can still make a comeback. Obviously, with the new mechanics they're going to bring into Season 5, so now's the time to start testing things like Dragon, start counter-jungling, and try and find other ways other than fighting in lane. If need be, fight them as a team. You know, or do a 5-man dive into one lane, back off, do a 5-man down, dive down another lane, back off, do another 5-man down another lane, rotate it, just keep Kosovan Resistance on a tilt. On a tilt as to where you're going to be. That's the key thing, as well as keeping your communication up. Looking down the Shoryuken item list, so they are very, very reactive, is the only word I can think to say. The likes of Zyra, she's gone straight to Chalice of Harmony, which is going to definitely become an Athene's Unholy Grail. Olaf's gone for the Chain Vest initially, and now he's only picked up his build water cutlass for a little bit of life still, as Cho'Gath risks being caught out there. Cho'Gath, as well, looking at it, he's only just got killed a gem recently, so his health's not that high up yet. He hasn't reached the point of supreme tank. Vayne is only just got a build water cutlass as well. She needs to start getting the farm up. She needs to find gold and fast to build up to the Blade of the Rune King and actually get a little bit ahead of Severe. And Braum, meanwhile, has gone down for the health range, but I don't think he has gone for the full face of the mountain. As we see, Olaf gets caught out again. He's actually forced to pop the Ragnar early. Tokyo Fox will get shut down, but he's going to get killed as well by Renekton. Puts him onto a killing spree, 6-1. That's 89 CS as well, so that's a very scary crocodile I don't want to go up against. Cho'Gath and Zyra, though, will have to be careful. They will get spotted out briefly by this ward. And now Deepa and Young Zapdos are going to make their breakaway. Meanwhile, though, the bottom lane, it is going to be another double kill for Severe. She's on a roll right now, 6-0. We'll just back this up and see what happened here. So, already they're quite low. They managed to get caught in a full flay. There's no box deployed. So it was just a case of bad timing. Thresh does get condemned into the wall, but it's just that Boomerang Blade manages to catch out Vayne at the last possible second. Now this top lane Deepet tries to be cheeky, he manages to play for Trick Strategy, but there's only so long you can be playful. Purple Squirtle is going to go down, and Cho'Gath did take a massive chunk of damage thanks to that Chum in the Waters. So that is all kills up now, and the turret also goes down, so that brings Kosovan Resistance 2 tasty towers, and they might even push the third. Their bottom lane is now really pushed in to Shoryuken's base. I think Shoryuken might need to go back to the drawing board about what their champions are. It's all well and good having 3 tanky champions, but unfortunately they're not going to have a lot of damage when they're late game tanky champions. And the likes of Braum and Cho'Gath are especially prone to this. Cho'Gath not really being much of a threat until he gets Feast, and he's only just recently hit level 7, so his Feast isn't building up enough stacks yet to give him all the bonus HP needed to survive long fights, or even just short fights versus champions like Fizz, Severe, especially with a Thresh backup. So now we're just waiting to see what Shoryuken can do. Their options are now running out and looking very, very bleak, it must be said. Although they are now starting to rally up, they're starting to bunch up in lanes, they're just really trying to farm this out and hold their ground. Unfortunately though, with 3 members down this mid lane, this mid tower is going to go down fairly sharpish. 1, 2, 3 hits from Severe is going to be enough, so that's already quite scary. She's on Infinity Edge, and we're barely even past 15 minutes, so there we go. Cho'Gath goes down once again. It's a wasted Charm the Waters. Now Purple Squirtle's just sitting there, holding on with that new tower buff that you get, so she's got a tower shield. Meanwhile, though, Young Zapdos finds Young Babs way up in the jungle, manages to frighten her off with only a couple of hits, brings him down, sorry, not her, that's a guy, down to half HP, and then proceeds on to farm the wave and keep that pushed in. And this is the real power of the Kosovan Resistance that they're actually starting to take away buffs and map presence. Thresh is going to try and land their senses of the wall, but he unfortunately picks up Braum, which is not the target you want to pick up. You want to pick up Vayne, and even with the box, Vayne just flashes over and gets to safety. So now Braum is trying to hold his own, manages to knock up Thresh with the Cataclysm. It isn't going to be enough though. And unfortunately it was a little bit misaimed. If he got Severe as well, it would have been a little bit worth for a disengage. Otherwise he's taking far too much damage. Vayne is also in a likewise position. So now Zyra and Cho'Gath on their own. Olaf is in the jungle. He knows that Renekton and Jalfron up there. There is a bit of a scuffle going on. Cameraman, please wake up. It wasn't me, honest. Still, Young Zapdos gets caught in the bindings, but it's not going to be enough. He's already popped his ultimate. The Fury of the Sands is unleashed. He gets 1 kill, 2 kills, possibly. I can't remember if it was Jarvan or Fizz. I think it was Fizz that picked this one up. Yep, Fizz has managed to pick it up. And now Zyra's have to hold this top lane tower alone, and she really can't do much other than pack, really. But with now Tokyo Fox off to the side on that Jarvan, it's going to be very, very hard to pick it off. Goes in with the flag and drag. Deepet picks up the kill. And Zyra sadly picks nothing up with her passive upon reviving. So she is now out of this fight. We have also now lost 3 members so quickly for nothing. Kosovan Resistance now 22 for 2. Slight pause here. Can't remember what the reason was at the time of recording. I think people were just having a very, very bad day. And now, really, we're just hanging around. Young Zapdos is just hanging up by the towers, letting the minions chisel away at it with their little magic bolts. Vayne is coming up there in balance, but I don't think he's going to do very well here because of the strength that Renekton has now. He's incredibly strong and tanky. He could probably actually 1v1 Vayne even at this point in the game. Vayne has nothing to counter him with. She hasn't even finished her Blade of the Room King yet. Olaf has come up to try and farm up the wave just a teensy bit, but he still hasn't got a single completed item. He's hanging on to bits and bobs. Oh, excuse me for yawning. I'm running a bit low in the old oxygen. Still, Renekton now goes back and picks up the Ravenous Hydra, Subfire Cape, Mercury Tread, so he's rolling in the dough right now. And Jarvan, meanwhile, has also picked up a TMA, so he's long ready for this fight. And we also managed to get a Lynchbane onto Fizz, so this is something to fit along with Sorcerer's Boots. Severe going for the typical ADC build range, Infinity Edge into Zeal, and Thresh actually goes ADC Thresh, that's why he's got a BF sword in his hand. I am really afraid now of this Thresh, in fact of Kosovan Resistance in general, especially when they are 20 kills ahead and a whopping double your own gold score. And especially with 4 towers in the bag as well, that bottom lane is all the way up to the baseline. We're going to see this mid lane also get to the same point. With 4 members here, there's no Renekton either, so they've only really got 2 tanks, but they've also got 3 damage dealers. It's something to fear. The ultimate comes out from Severe to try and chase down Zyra. They place down wards to get a location. John the Waters comes in, but it's going to be Severe that picks up the kill, so no one's going to be eating, well, Earth is not going to be eating vegetables tonight. And now we see Thresh come in, goes in with the hook at the play, actually manages to get 2 hits on the box. Tropical Prunite is going to go down to Nova Shikai. Maybe Olaf manages to pick up a kill, but it's not enough. Nova Shikai goes down, so they manage to claw some kills back here. It's only Cho'Gath and Braum Thane remaining. Braum is hanging off to the side. I think that was the reason for the pause, that Braum has disconnected. Deepet and the Wild Zapdos managed to pick off Cho'Gath once again, bringing their kill count up to 25 to 4, 5 turrets to 1, 32,000 to 24,000 gold, and it's not even 20 minutes. This is a bit of a cold stopper. I said in past matches that Jason's will go on to win their group stage. I think we found the follow-up as well. It's going to be the Kosovan Resistance. So, KL versus Jason's is a match I'm definitely going to want to see, because both teams have proven to be very aggressive and very objective heavy in their comp lineup and everything else, and especially when they have similar comp builds, with the idea of having a very aggressive mid laner who likes to be up front and in the fight, and a very aggressive bot lane, but that can hang back and has abilities to boost the team in a fight. Now, since we're sitting here waiting for the inevitable push supreme to happen, coming out from the Kosovan Resistance, a very nice spell shield pop there from Severe to deny the binding from Zyra. Going down the item list still, Olaf is still yet to complete a single item. He hasn't even got a Blade of the Room King yet. He's got components, but it's not much as of yet. He's actually starting to struggle a little bit here. As the Jarvan goes in with the Flag Drag, Cataclysm combo, sadly it isn't enough. Petal Skulker will pick up the kill. Young Zapdos is hanging around, but he's so tanky right now. He's actually managed to take out nearly 2 people on his own, including the Vayne, but she popped her Blade of the Room King far too soon. But by taking down Jarvan's health, really so much as securing the kill and make sure she had disengage, but also hang around for a little bit too long. Then he gets taken out by the Severe there, and now with Severe, Thresh and Fizz in this lane, this middle inhibitor tower is going to go down. This game, I think you can say, is pretty much said and done. The Purple Scuttle is also very low, so he's forced to walk back to safety. Brawl has reconnected, and he will find that his team's on the back foot just a tiny bit. With 27 kills to 6. Baron is going to be up in about 50 seconds, so if the Kosovan Resistance really want to rub salt in the wound, they could go for that and completely squash any remaining defense. But instead, they are going to opt out of the idea. Fizz is going to start picking off the Grunkle, the giant water toad. He gets the buff for himself. Cho'Gath is going to give red buff over the Vayne, I would suspect, at some point. And he's still not even that tanky. He's barely broken 2k health at the 20-minute mark. He's really starting to struggle to find those nom-nom stacks, and he's only just finished building off a Warden's Bow and looking to build the Frozen Heart. Thresh and Vayne, meanwhile, they're pushing... Thresh and Vayne, that's madness. Thresh and Severe, sorry. Meanwhile, pushing up the bottom lane, they're starting to peck away at the bottom inhibitor tower. They're actually going to take this out nice and quick. And now we see the power of Severe being able to throw the boomerang blade across the wall. Gets caught in the hook, and Nova Shikar goes for 1, goes for 2. Can it make it 3? Yobabs is actually hanging around for a little bit too long. One more hit, and nope, it's Deeper going to get that by flashing up over the wall and using a playful trickster to pick it off. So now with 4 members down in this bottom lane, 1 minion wave is also going to be enough, and Thresh actually opts to recall. Can't understand why, to be honest. And now we see Cho'Gath is actually starting to get some nom stacks now. He's actually getting quite tanky. All he needs to do really is hold his ground underneath this tower, and he has a chance, but he's going down so quick. Fizz is dealing out so much damage, taking a little bit too many hits from the laser. And also picks up the Thresh armor bubble, but doesn't quite manage to take the lantern home. Which is a little bit annoying, to say the least. Now, Severe is already starting to chisel away at that middle inhibitor tower and manages to pick it up very nicely. He's going to go down though, sadly. There we go, nommed. And now Cho'Gath is actually starting to build up a decent amount of health. Now he just needs the armor and magic resist to back it up. His 3 stacks now are at 5 with double buff. So he's going to have plenty of cooldown just to kick something up, nom it, get some extra health, gain all that extra tankiness. Currently it's 21 minutes in, it is 7 towers to 1, 43.5 to 26. Oh, excuse me, I've already got indigestion of nothing. 27,000 gold, shall I say now, for Shoryuken, 30 kills for 7. Currently going down the item list, it is scary to say the least. Jarvan and Renekton have both got Ravenous Hydras. They've both opted for different forms of defensive boots. Renekton's gone for magic resist, and Jarvan's gone for armor. Although Renekton has also gone for a slightly tankier build in that he has got a Spirit's Visage and the Sunfire Cape. Whereas Jarvan has just picked up his transport, which I suspect is going to go into Randuin's. Fizz, meanwhile, that little playful trickster of doom, death, and destruction, hanging around here as Kosovan Resistance, now opt to go for the Baron buff and just end this game right here and now with only 3 members. They feel very confident in doing so. Though Fizz is actually quite squishy. One good shot of Baron, he's down to half health. He's nearly finished up his build. His Lichbane Void Staff is going to be more than enough to test with the minimal to no magic resistance on Vayne, Braum, and even a little bit of Olaf and Zyra. Vayne has also opted for the Bloodthirster, so plenty of long-haul engages will give it a chance. Carrying on with Thresh, who's gone for the Mercurial Scimitar, so he really wants to get some CC. And break out those bindings is completely understandable. Over on the side of Shoryuken, in terms of items, as the engage now happens, Tropical Prunite does get caught in the Flag Attack and the Thresh Hook, but he's not going to be caught out entirely. Jarvan opted not to use the Cataclysm. It was a smart move as well not to use that Cataclysm. Oh, only one target, and especially a very big tanky target. You really want to use it for a team fight and take someone like Vayne out of the way, or keep Cho'Gath trapped behind a stone wall, which, let's face it, at that size, you can just step over it. Although the scaling elite is somewhat picky, I would say. I'm trying to think of the right word. Convenient, considering that Cho'Gath at its full size is meant to be the size of a small house, along with Rek'Sai. And Rek'Sai definitely, in the description, is meant to be the size of a house. Though Thresh goes down right off the bottom of your screen there to Vayne. Severe manages to follow up with the revenge kill. Cho'Gath is going to go down super quick. That's a lot of damage that's coming out from 3 people onto a pure tank. Olaf is left to try and hold the line, but he's not going to get very far. It gets cold and meat. He gets run through by the Harpoon of Fizz, so that is going to be the ace, essentially, with no Braum. And it's going to be Kosovan Resistance taking out 1 Nexus Tower, 2 Nexus Towers. I think there's no easy way to say this. Shoryuken got dragged to the curb and fully stomped, to be honest. And there we go. The Nexus goes down. So that is Kosovan Resistance up a win. So, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to like, favourite, and subscribe, and all that usual YouTube jazz. Also, share this around amongst your friends in the League of Legends community. I really do appreciate shoutcasting. I enjoy it thoroughly. And I'll see you for the next match.